We're going into the dark zone. Things that people don't like about Disney. Let's see how this plays out. Hello, my beautiful Disney friends. The other night my husband came home and the kids and I were watching a movie. My husband was like, oh my gosh, you're watching this movie without me. He's not a huge Disney fan, but he does really like some Disney movies, and the one that we were watching is one of his favorites. We got talking and we were joking around, and I actually happened to mention I was surprised that he even liked this movie because of one of the characters in it. He replied with, what do you mean? And I said, well, you don't like this person, and this person actually voices this character. I will get into this movie later, just hold on. After that he said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's that person. He's like, nope, well, I can't like this movie anymore. So this little conversation that we had actually, there's a hair in my mouth. So this little conversation that we had actually got me thinking, is this something that I've actually experienced before as well with Disney movies? Are there Disney characters that have been voiced by someone, and because of the voice, I actually don't like them? So after sitting and thinking about it for a little while, I was actually able to come up fairly quickly with a few characters, actually 5, that were voiced or played by someone and they just didn't cut it for me. And if I have this feeling, my husband had this feeling, I'm guessing that plenty of you guys had this feeling as well. Before I release my top 5 voices or characters that just did not cut it for me, I just want to say that 1, I still like all of these movies, and 2, I still like and appreciate all of these people who voices them. Most of these people, it's more of an association thing. It's actually not that I don't like them, it's actually quite the opposite. I actually like them so much, but I like them all in a different role. So when they were in this Disney role, it just didn't really do it for me. For almost all of these characters, that was kind of my feeling. It's, again, I really like them all. I really appreciate the work that they do. It was just when I watched this movie, it didn't transport me like some of the other Disney movies do, just because I know who the voice was and I was able to associate them with something else that I really loved as well. So it just didn't cut it for me. So this is not a hate video. I am not hating on anybody. So first person up in this list, number 5, is Turk from Tarzan, who was voiced by Rosie O'Donnell. So again, this was not that I don't like Rosie O'Donnell. This one actually had a little bit of a backstory to it. I actually am a fan of Tarzan and the entire Tarzan brand. I actually grew up watching like the old 1930s, 1940s movie with Johnny, he was an Olympic swimmer, with Johnny Weissmuller and Brenda Joyce. So I actually do really like Tarzan. This one is just more so because it didn't exactly follow the storyline, and I mean, obviously it doesn't have to. It's a Disney movie, they change it up. But in the original movies, Turk was actually played by a chimpanzee. The chimpanzee's name was actually Cheetah, and Cheetah was actually a boy. So when I watched Tarzan and they introduced the character of Turk, and Turk I believe is actually supposed to be a boy, but it was voiced by a girl. The fact that it was Rosie O'Donnell also I had a huge disconnect with. When Tarzan came out in 1999, Rosie O'Donnell was kind of at the height of her TV career. She had her own talk show on. It was called The Rosie O'Donnell Show, and it was a huge, huge success. I was a really big fan of it. I watched it a lot. So when I watched Tarzan, I just couldn't get out of my head that Turk was Rosie O'Donnell and it was actually supposed to be Cheetah. So because of all those reasons, this one just did not cut it for me. Number 4. I can feel this one. It's going to be a heated one. I know a lot of other people agree with me on this one though. It is Belle, who is played by Emma Watson. This one again is just a huge association issue. I grew up with Harry Potter. Emma Watson is Hermione. She is not Belle to me. She did a good job, she fit the bill. I do like how she was the new and invented type of Belle, or just more so Belle brought to life. But I just could not do it. I could not get over it. She is Hermione, and that's kind of it. And I don't want to put her in that stereotype of, oh, she was Hermione, she'll never be anything else. She definitely can be. It's just that she took on such a huge role. as this beloved Disney princess, when, as you know, in my mind, like I'm watching this and I'm just like, Hermione Granger is Belle. That's all I could think of. So for that reason, she is on my list. Number 3, Bolt, who is played by John Travolta. So for this one, again, it's just a total association. I just could not get over that John Travolta was this cute, adorable little dog, and it was John Travolta playing a dog. It was, I don't know, I couldn't get over it. Again, the storyline is cute. I do really like it. I really liked Miley Cyrus as Penny, but just John Travolta as Bolt was just, it was not magical for me at all. I was really not a big fan of the movie, honestly, because of this reason. I don't know, you guys. I'm so sorry, but it wasn't it for me. This honestly could have been my number 1 or number 2 pick. The reason it actually landed at number 3 was just because I was not a fan of this movie. So because of that, number 1 and 2 are movies that I actually really liked. This one really just fell into the number 3 spot because it's not a movie that I was emotionally connected with. So that one just fell flat for me as well. Okay, I'm even afraid to say this one because I just know what a huge following this movie has, and this one's just gonna, woo, come back at me. Number 2, Nick Wilde, played by Jason Bateman. I'm sorry! Again, let me just say, it's not that I don't like the character, it's not that I don't like Nick Wilde, it's not that I don't like Zootopia, it's not that I don't like Jason Bateman. I like all of those things. I just could not disassociate Nick Wilde and Jason Bateman. I get it, Nick Wilde has that dry sense of humor that Jason Bateman has. I get it, it is a good match, but I just couldn't get it out of my head. When I think of Jason Bateman, I think of The Change Up, I think of Arrested Development, I think of, I can't remember now, Identity Theft, Couples Retreat, Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, even that one I get. This one though, I could not get over that it was Jason Bateman. I don't know, the whole time he was talking, all I was thinking of was Arrested Development. That's what I was thinking of the very first time I saw Zootopia. Don't hate on me, I don't hate the movie, I don't hate Jason Bateman, I don't hate Nick Wilde, I love them all. It was just the association of all of them together, I couldn't do it. And the number 1 spot goes to Vanellope, played by Sarah Silverman. This was the one that I was actually talking about in the beginning. This is a movie that myself and my husband and my kids all really like. This is actually probably one of my top Disney movies. It doesn't go into my top 5 or 6, but it is right up there. I honestly love this movie. I could watch it over and over and over again. But Sarah Silverman as Vanellope kind of killed me inside. I love Sarah Silverman in the fact of, I love the struggle that she went through in life to become who she is. She is a true entrepreneur. She is a true feminist. I love all those things about her. But her comedy in general is just not something that I enjoy, and it is not something that I watch. I do think she can be very funny, however, I do think she can be a little crude at times as well. I'm not getting into all that. There are other comedians. I know, that's a totally different subject. I'm just speaking from my love of this movie, the love of Vanellope. I get it. Vanellope is not your classic Disney princess, although she could very well be a Disney princess. And so I get where they got the kind of raspiness and the kind of out-of-the-box thinking of Sarah Silverman. I, again, get it. But for me and my love of this movie, I just think that there could have been someone else to play Vanellope, and Sarah Silverman just was not it for me. Again, you guys, no hate, all love. It was totally an association thing with all of these characters. I do not hate any of them. I appreciate every single person's hard work and determination. I mean, they're in a Disney movie. I'm not. They're obviously doing something right. But yes, I can totally not be the only one out there that has these feelings for some of these characters. So do you guys have any of these? Do you have any characters or anyone who is played by a character? I don't know where I'm going with this. Do you guys have any of these? Do you have any characters from any Disney movies that was maybe voiced by someone that you could just not get over? Was there anyone played in a live action movie that you just thought, they did not fit the bill for me? Everybody totally has their own preferences. Everybody is entitled to that. These are just mine. Also, future reference, I will also be doing a video on voices that absolutely made the characters for me, because there are a lot of them as well too. I thought I'd share this one with you guys and see how it went. Alright, my beautiful friends, I am excited to read your comments down below. Let me know. No matter what you guys are doing today, I hope you're having an absolutely magical day, and I'll be talking to you all really soon. Bye!